Hey guys, welcome to our channel. We are the NaeNaeTwins. I'm Shayné.
And I'm Janae.
And as you can tell by the title, this is gonna be the story time that you guys all requested. I'm just kidding. I posted Nazan's welcome post basically on IG. Sorry, what's his name? Nakai. What's his name? I posted Nakai.
She got too many damn kids. She can't keep up.
Let's just welcome Nakai. Say hi, Nakai. This is Nakai, and we're
9.5 pounds.
I posted Nakai's welcome post on IG and wanted to see how many of you guys wanted a story time of my labor and delivery, because
of course you guys,
it was crazy. So
said yes.
That's what we're doing today. And yeah, so welcome Nakai. His name is Nakai Christian Abram.
9.05.
He was born
pounds.
He
Pretty
was
big.
Born February 29th.
A little leapling.
On leap year.
A leap year. A leap day.
What is it? He's a little leapling, born on the leap day, leap year, one of those things. So yeah, I actually planned it out that way too, because I wanted him to be born on that day, and I'll get into those details in a minute. And it was tragic, so let's get into it. I have Janae here with me because she was there, but she wasn't there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually telling her what happened as well. So it's a story time for her. So I went in for my doctor's appointment. It was my 40-week checkup. And this is the first time that I actually made it to 40 weeks. Like usually with my last two kids, it was like at 39 weeks and so this baby was full term. I tried walking. I tried, a lot of people said intercourse. I didn't try that because I was not in the mood for that. I was dancing a lot. I was just like moving around a lot to like try to get him out. You weren't
dancing as much as your last pregnancy.
Yeah, I wasn't dancing as much, but
we were in a whole music video pregnant, like 9 months pregnant.
So we went to my doctor's appointment. I was already stressed out a little bit that day because Janae and Mom were supposed to meeting me at my doctor's appointment, and it was just a lot going on, and I had the kids by myself. I had NJ and Azam by myself, getting them ready. It was just too much, and my blood pressure was high. Now I've been dealing with high blood pressure throughout my pregnancies. And my last pregnancy, I had to get induced because of my high blood pressure. So this time they were like monitoring it and making sure that it didn't like affect my labor. Pressure was normal. Yeah. And on this day it was a little elevated. It wasn't high, but it was elevated than normal. So I think it was at 133 over like 50 or something.
Which isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but you could tell I was stressed. Yeah. So I went in and she did the checkup, and then she asked me if I wanted to do a membrane sweep. Now a membrane sweep is just when she goes in there and just like wiggle her little fingers and like I don't know, there's a diagram that I guess you could put up, but it's just supposed to get my contractions starting. And right after that doctor's appointment, my contractions did start. They were coming on. I felt them, but they weren't like excruciating, like to the point. She did the membrane sweep. She was like, maybe because I told her I wanted the baby to be born on the next day, leap year day. Yeah. I told her, she recommended that I get induced. So she was gonna call me that day to schedule an appointment to get induced. Well, she messaged me when I got home and told me that she had scheduled the induction for tonight. I mean, that night.
Yeah. So
she was like, the hospital's gonna call you and let you know when to come in. So I was just sitting around waiting for that call, and eventually they called me.
She got that call
at at 6. They were like, if you could be here by 7, in between 7 p.m. to 7:30, we can keep your bed. And I was like, okay, come on, let's go. Like my hospital bag wasn't even packed.
Yeah, it was. I helped you pack.
My hospital bag was packed, but it wasn't like I mean, I pretty much had everything.
Yeah, you were
ready.
prepared. Last pregnancy, she wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared at all.
But this one, you was a bit more prepared.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there when she got the call, so when she was going to the hospital, I met her there at the hospital.
Oh yeah, where were you at?
I was home.
Yeah, you were home.
Because Art had to work.
Okay. So, I was making my way to the hospital. My mom was here, thank God, so she stayed back and watched the kids. Nick's mom was also here too, so, well, she was at work and then when she gets off of work, my mom will meet me at the hospital, so that was the plan. So we went to the hospital, I checked in. We had our nurse, do you remember my nurse? Brandy,
yes.
Her name was Brandy. We love Brandy. She was a vibe. Like, she kept calling us in. She was like, yes, sis. Like she was a vibe. So we loved that, and then we like included her into our little prank.
Yeah, we
told
did
her
like
about
a little prank, a TikTok prank on our family, and it was funny.
Do you want to plug that in? Or?
Yeah, we'll plug that in. Hopefully TikTok's not banned when you see this.
Oh, and then when did you show up? Did you come that night or the next day?
I was there.
You came that night?
Yeah, I came that night, and then
I remember watching the Wendy.
I came back to the house.
Yeah, docuseries.
That's what kept us kept us busy, was the Wendy documentary. We were watching that,
and Love Is Blind. We were watching Love Is Blind.
And we even had the nurses on it. They was like, "What y'all watching? This sound good."
And we was watching Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
Oh yeah,
I had
that
to finish that. Busy. Anyways, so we were checked into the hospital. What's her name?
Haley.
We got Haley.
We got Haley.
So Haley was nice.
She did her best.
She was the type of person that came in and think they know everything. Okay, I don't want to talk about her in a bad way, but you know, she was good to me, and she like helped me through and did her job and did what she was supposed to do. But she wasn't listening to her patients. Like,
those type of nurses.
She was very controlling. Like, I don't know if Brandy would have been the same way, but Haley,
she gave you more of a choice, right, Brandy?
Yeah, Brandy made me feel like included in the decisions we were making. The process, yeah. Haley was like, no, you can't get up and walk. You got 30 minutes. Like,
you could wait 30 minutes.
Like, and then remember, she said you're free or whatever.
You're free.
You're free to go. Anyways, enough about Haley. She did what she was supposed to do, I guess. Anyways, so enough about Haley. Let's just get into the problem and the cause. So, so I took the last pill and I was able to get up and like walk around. And Haley she gave me a yoga ball to bounce on, because I feel like the yoga ball helped. My contractions were starting to come in
after you bounced on the ball.
Yeah, after I bounced
this
on
time
the ball.
I left. Why did I? Oh, I left because my husband had to go to work, so I had to leave. And I was also feeling a little scratchy, itchy throat.
I'm super excited to introduce you to an amazing website that's going to make your life so much easier. Whether you're looking for a plumber, a photographer, or even a yoga instructor, Thumbtack has got you covered. With Thumbtack, finding the perfect professional for any job is just a few clicks away. And the best part, they do all the hard work for you. I've used Thumbtack for everything from home repairs to personal training sessions. It's so convenient and reliable. All you need to do is click the link in the description to get started on your next project. By doing so, you'll be supporting the channel, as it is an affiliate link and we'll be earning commissions. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome tips and recommendations. Now let's get right back to the video.
And I was trying to figure out why my throat was dry and I was sneezing a lot in the hospital. So I goes home and I take a COVID test and that's positive. So I'm panicking, trying to get to the room, calling everybody. No one's picking up their phone. I'm like, it's an emergency, pick up.
Oh, wait. wait, before you say that, we forgot to mention mom. Mom came by with the kids because that happened after.
Before, yeah.
So mom came by with the kids. I was walking the halls. I met with the kids.
Hey. I just seen you. Hi. He said, hey.
And then after that, my contractions started coming in heavy.
Yeah, she was complaining when we were walking. You were complaining. You're like,
oh yeah, I had to stop. I couldn't even walk
dang.
anymore. And so yeah, so when I got in the room, I told her, I was like, oh, my contractions are starting to get even like more painful.
You didn't even say your water broke. Your water broke when you were laying down before you were walking.
Okay, see, like, sorry, the timeline is all over the place because this happened like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry. So before I went to go see the kids and stuff, it was before I went to go visit the kids, my water had broke, so I just felt a little like leak of something.
You didn't feel a pop?
So I felt a little leak, and it wasn't a pop because you said you felt a pop.
Yeah, I felt a pop. But
yeah, so I felt a leak, and I was like, oh, what is that? And I told the nurse about it, and she came in and she's like, oh, that's nothing. Usually it's a lot more. She left, and then right when she left, I was laughing, and then like a whole like flood came out of my vagina.
She was sitting in a puddle of her.
And I'm like, oh, so that is my water. Yeah, she was like, it should be a lot more fluid. And I'm like, and then I said, is this enough fluid? Right. This is my water breaking. I know it is. So I told the nurse, and she's like, oh, yep, your water broke. And I believe when I went to the bathroom too, I see my mucus plug come out too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, my mucus plug came out, and then my water broke all around the same time. So I was like, uh-oh, like, it's starting. Like, this is about to get crazy.
And I had to leave, and I was so pissed.
Oh, yeah, you left after my water broke, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's where labor actually begins. So after she gives me the third pill for the induction, that's when things started happening. So my water then broke, and then I lost my mucus plug, and then my contractions were coming in even heavier and harder and quicker. And so I told her, I was like, there was more medication that she was giving me after I took the third pill, which she said this medication she has to put into my IV, which would help my contractions come even more faster. And I'm like, okay, so we'll do that. So she started that medication. Right when she started that medication, they were coming in like too fast. And yeah, and then I was in so much pain. You know how when they ask you like, what's your pain level 1 out of 10? I told her like 7. And then I remember in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, Brandy asked me what's my number of like pain to where I'm about to start labor, like starting to give birth or whatever. And I told her 7. Right? Yeah. Yes. So this was a different nurse though, but I would just remember that number in the back of my head. I didn't tell this nurse, but 7 was like it for me. Like this is where pain I couldn't like bear anymore. So
that's when you should have got your epidural.
Exactly, which I'm gonna get into. So she was like, so Nick was like, can she get the epidural? I remember her asking. I asked the nurse, can she get the epidural? And she was like, oh no, we just gave her this medication in the IV, which needs to take an hour to like run through her system or whatever. The contractions started hurting so bad. She was like, after like 5 minutes, she was like, okay, let's do the epidural. And we're like, what?
After 5 minutes?
We're like, I thought we had to wait an hour. So then the guy comes in, she calls the guy, he comes in to do the epidural. And I'm laying on my side because she noticed that the baby's heart rate is down. So she has me in a position where I can't like move. So I had to get the epidural laying down. Yes. Dang. And the guy was like, we usually don't do it this way,
That is a red flag.
Red flag number 5. So I'm laying down. I can't move. I'm having these contractions. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is so painful. He's sticking me in the back with the needle for that
Were you crying?
I was just in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And she could see that. And I see her on calls trying to get my doctor there. Like, I see her.
Never showed.
I see her on the computer putting in like my results and stuff. And it's just a lot going on at this point, and she's calling in.
Was she the only one in
No,
there?
she's calling in other nurses to come and help me.
Assistant.
Yeah, and so after the epidural, I don't feel anything. Like you're supposed to feel like numb, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel nothing.
You're not supposed to feel it. Oh, you didn't feel the numbness.
I didn't feel it starting. Like it never happened.
Oh my gosh.
And let me backtrack for a moment.
Get activated.
When I did tell her about the pain level being at 7, she offered to give me some pain medication, like a ibuprofen or something. Not something like that, but it was another drug that only kicked in for like 10 minutes and it stopped working. But that's when Nick asked for the epidural. I remember she gave me something. No, she gave me something instead of the epidural. She gave me like a pain medication that only lasted like 10 minutes. So anyways, the epidural is not kicking in. I could feel the contractions coming in even quicker and harder, and it was so much pain. I felt his head coming down.
Oh my god.
I felt it. I was like, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. I said that like 10 times, and I was like, he's coming, he's coming. Like I was literally yelling at her, and I felt so bad. Yeah, I was out of my mind at this point because I was scared. I was like, what's going on?
Right, like why aren't you guys doing anything?
And I'm like, why am I feeling this? I shouldn't be feeling this. Like I was just so scared. It was a lot happening, and that's when my holy grail moment, Brandy. She came in at 7 o'clock. She came in and she took over, and the other nurse was like, "Is there anything I can do?" Like,
no, you've done it.
And Brandy was like, "Just go." She was like, "No, just." Brandy was like, "No, you're good. Go ahead and like leave. Like your shift is over."
Dang.
So Brandy then she was giving me like word of advice, like she was just like comforting me and like trying to like have me breathe. She was saying breathe, like she was helping me through the contractions. Mama come in.
Oh goodness gracious. How long we got?
Mama come in and it's like, what's going on? Like she's just all over the place. She holds my hand, and this is when my doctor never showed up, so I wasn't expecting her to like that much, because she told me that she may be busy with something else, and there's other doctors that usually take over for her if she's busy.
The highly recommended.
But she did pop in the night before. She popped in and like came to check on me and stuff.
She's the best of the best, right? A lot of people request her.
I love her. Yeah, even the nurse said that. The nurse was like, "Ooh, Daily, you got Daily. We love working with Daily." So mom comes in. This is the moment where I have to push, and they're telling me to push. The doctor's not there yet. I still have nurses around me,
and this is when I hopped on the phone.
Yeah, Janae.
I was going through things at my house,
and all I hear is Janae and mom arguing on the phone
because nobody called me. I was pissed. I called the hospital. I called mom's phone. I called Nick's phone. I called her phone. I was like, something's going on because nobody's picking up the phone.
You were having an attack.
I was having a panic attack because we already lost our sister before in the hospital like years ago, but it's still a traumatic event for me, and I had a panic attack because even when I was talking to the hospital, I was like, can you not just give me an update of what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't give updates over the phone. I'm like, what does that mean? A lot of things were going through my mind. I was panicked. I was literally pacing back and forth. I was like, throwing stuff. My husband was looking at me like I was crazy because this was scary. I was mad because I couldn't be there, and I was there the whole time. And I went literally when I left is when everything started. And I'm like, I was supposed to be there, but everything happens for a reason because I took my COVID test and it was positive. So it was good that I wasn't there to like. Although they were still in the room, I was like, it's an emergency, you guys, take her to another room. I was trying to do everything, and then my mom picked up the phone, and that's when I heard everything. I heard.
What'd you hear?
I heard you say, "He's coming." No, I can't do it. I was like, oh my god, it was too much going on.
Y'all, I've never screamed like that in
your life.
When I tell you, so right now at this moment, I'm going through a natural birth, like. No pain medicine. I feel everything, and I thought I had a high tolerance, like a high
she
pain
kept
tolerance.
saying that too. She's like,
I'm like, I'll be fine.
Oh my girl.
And the thing is, I told Janae and my husband was like, I kind of do want to experience a natural birth, just so I can say I've done it.
Careful what you wish for.
And look what happened to me. So.
So be like you didn't get rushed to the
I don't want to go
to get a C-section.
But I
did. That was crazy.
But when I was looking up like how natural birth happens and stuff on Google, they was like it's worse than going through a C-section.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, they said it's worse. But they said the recovery is worse for us.
C-section.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And if you guys want to see our birth story, our last birth story, I'll link it in the description box or put it up at the top.
Yes. You could go check that out as well. Because that's another
crazy
story in itself. But anyway, so, yeah. So I'm pushing. And the doctor's not there. There's just like 5 nurses standing around.
I was screaming. I was like, "Where's her doctor?" And then this guy came, and I was like, "That's not her doctor."
So a guy comes in. He's my doctor. The doctor comes in, and he's like, "Okay, push," and I'm pushing, and my husband he just looks terrified. He looks so scared. He's not saying nothing. He's just like,
I'm like, Nick. I was like, Shayné, breathe.
I'm sitting here cussing and stuff. I'm like, fuck. And I'm just like, Nick said it looked like I was going through an exorcist moment. But I was like grabbing the nurse. They're like, don't grab her.
Yeah, she was grabbing her down.
And I'm like, I'm sorry.
The other nurse is like, you can't do that.
I'm like, girl, I'm not in control of my body right now, okay? But yeah, Brandy was to the right.
She's like, it's okay.
Yeah, Brandy was to the right, and then Nick was to the left, and Mom was to the left, up, like by my head or whatever. And Brandy was just talking to me, and I was looking at her, and she was like, breathe, you have to breathe. She was like, if you don't, she was like, you have to breathe because that's the only way the baby is getting the oxygen. Once I heard that, I was like, okay, let me focus on my breathing.
Focus on your breathing.
And once I did that, I like got through it because I was like, this baby needs his oxygen.
Right.
So I did about like 3 or 4 push, and he came out, and just tears.
Really?
I was bawling.
Oh my god.
I was just bawling. I was crying, and Nick said that's the first time he ever seen me cry. I've never cried in front of him, and that's the first. He's like, you didn't cry at my wedding. At our wedding.
No, Art has the same problem. I feel like it's something emotional, about our emotions that we can't express. But Art be saying the same thing. He'd be like, you don't cry.
I was like, it takes a lot for me to cry.
I was crying in the shower because I wasn't there.
Oh no!
Because I wasn't there for her birth. And he was like shaking his head. He didn't know what was going on. That's because they showed her when she was going through all this, and they showed her with her eyes closed, and I was like, what's going on? I was like, Shayné, say something.
I was thinking the worst, yeah.
I was like, say something, anything. Give me a hand. I don't care.
So they put the baby out, and they immediately put him on my chest, and I'm just crying, and they're crying. Just not like bawling, like, just like, the tears were just coming down. That's it. And I'm just sitting there like, you know, like tears like playing, like I'm not even
because you just went through it.
Yeah, so
you just went through it.
So he's sitting there doing chest to chest, and then they hate when they push on your stomach. Like after going through all that pain, more pain. They're just pressing on my belly, trying to get like everything out, like the placenta and everything.
Yeah.
They asked Dad to cut the cord. And yeah, he was born at 7:22 p.m. and we were almost at that mark where he wasn't a leapling, leap year baby. Cause it's 7 p.m.
7 is fine.
But I was like, it's cutting a little too close. So I was like so excited that
I wonder how
he
gonna
became
feel like
a leap year baby. Yeah, I know.
He's gonna be mad about that.
I'm like, his birthday only comes every 4 years, but it's okay.
If I was him, I'll celebrate my birthday on the 28th and the 1st.
Both days. Yeah, so I decided to just celebrate his birthday on the 28th when it's not a leap year. So
keep it in
February
the same month.
28th would be his birthday, but on a leap year day is the 29th, of course. So
Right.
I hope he's not upset about that, but because I literally planned it that way. I'm like, come on, hurry up and come out. We're on the last day. But anyway, so that's my labor and delivery story.
Crazy.
The recovery is going fine.
Yeah.
Um,
She'll be back to dancing in no time.
right. Yeah. I have 4 to 6 weeks, so I'm taking it day by day. Okay, so that's all. And comment down below, like, I don't know. Just comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on the story. If maybe yours was similar, we'd love to hear you guys' story in the comment section below. And we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye. Guys.